I guess today everybody knows that smartphones are in everybody's pocket. There was a time when a professional journalist, photographer or cameraman or satellite truck would always be the first at a news event to cover it. But that is now never the case. There's always someone with a smartphone there first, and news organisations need a way to harness those smartphones as a news gathering network, which is really what Newzulu is. I'll give you an example. On New Year's Eve, we received a video from one of our contributors who was skiing past Michael Schumacher when he had his accident. That video came to us in French. We received it, reviewed it, validated it, checked it with the ski patrol in Maribel that it was factual, and had it out on the Newswire, very rapidly in English and in French. That video was sold for over €50,000 within 24 hours, and for over €150,000 since then. The way that the revenue flows is that our news agency partner, in that case Agency France Presse, takes a 35% commission, and we split the remainder revenue 50-50 with the contributor. So in that case, the man who went skiing that day has gone home with nearly €50,000 for his efforts turning on his iPhone. It's based on assets we acquired from Agency France Presse. It's the oldest newswire in the world. They weren't all that keen to meet me. It took some persistence, and I eventually said to them, if I turn up in Paris at 1 o'clock on Thursday, will you meet with me? And they said, well, we might. And fortunately they did, and were able to acquire those assets through a process in the Commercial Court of Paris, and since then we've sought to expand them worldwide in partnership with AFP. The Newzulu system was built inside the newsroom of AFP in Paris. There was an enormous amount of money spent on that by AFP, and it's a unique environment. There are only 3 global newswires in the world: AFP, Associated Press and Reuters, and so they were uniquely positioned to develop a system that could rapidly crowdsource materials and provide them for validation within half an hour. It's an environment that only exists in 3 organisations in the world, so it was built, purpose-built to do what we do with it. So Newzulu has a defensible position in the news agency industry because of our partnerships with AFP and the other newswires worldwide. Those news agencies are dominant providers of news in each of those markets, and in the workflow of a newspaper or a TV station's news production, those newswires play a very important role. They're responsible for 60 to 70% of all news content generated and published and broadcast by media outlets. So the picture editor at the Sydney Morning Herald, when he's deciding what's on the front page, first looks at the pool of Fairfax photography, and then looks at Australian Associated Press, Reuters and Getty and other providers. So really we're up front in that workflow, and there's a very good chance that your photo or video may be selected for a news story.